Well, chat, Celtics have made it 2 in a row. They're back in business. Welcome to another edition of What the Hell is Happening Sports. It's your boy, the one and only NERO. I'm here with the Bay State Media. Shout out to Conrad. Shout out to Amari Scott. And guess what? We here.
We
Late
late
as
as hell.
Hell yeah, chat. Hell yeah. You already know the vibes. Yeah, chat. It'll be a quick one tonight. Celtics made it 2 straight against the Cleveland Cavaliers tonight at home at the TD Garden. Great game, great analysis that we're going to provide you. But I tell you, man, this, it's a lot different of a Celtics team this year without Jason Tatum. But, hey, at least they're doing their very best with life without him and still competing to try to win some games. So that's all that counts. You know what I mean?
Yes, indeed.
Hell yeah. Well, what I'm gonna do, chat, for y'all, I'll get to the stats real quick, and then we'll just discuss. But yeah, no, this is gonna be quick as shit. No bullshit. This is gonna be quick as shit. We laid us out with it tonight, for real. Alrighty, chat. All right. So, chat. The final score of tonight's Celtics game was 125-105, a 20-point onslaught for the Celtics against, again, the Cleveland Cavaliers. Since the Cavs lost, we're going to start with them, and then we will go to the Celtics for their stats. The leading scorers, for the Cleveland Cavaliers were Jalen Tyson and Evan Mobley, both with 19 points. Mobley had 19 points, 11 rebounds, 4 assists, a steal, and 2 blocks. Tyson finished with the 19 points, 5 rebounds, 1 assist, and 3 steals. Tyson shot 72% from the field. Mobley only shot 36, almost 37% from the field. Donovan Mitchell only had 15 points tonight, and the majority of those 15 points were in the first quarter off of 5 threes. Donovan Mitchell did not score a point after the first quarter. So there's one big reason why they couldn't capitalize for them to win this game tonight. He did also add 4 rebounds, 6 assists, and a block. DeAndre Hunter chipped in with 18 points, 6 rebounds, and 2 assists. Jared Allen finished with 16 points and 6 assists. 16 points, 6 rebounds, 1 assist, a steal, and a block. That's basically it for the starters. The bench provided some, but not enough. We don't give a fuck about the Cavs anyway. So,
yes,
you know what I'm saying? But for the Celtics, Jaylen Brown looked like the all-star he is. 30 points tonight, 12 of 20 shooting from the field, 4 of 9 from 3, 5 rebounds, 4 assists, a steal, and a block. Derek White chipped in with 19 points, only shot 25% for the field, but he also added 5 rebounds, 4 assists, and a steal. Peyton Pritchard and Neemias Queta each added 10 points. Queta with 13 rebounds, Peyton Pritchard with 10 assists, so both of them had double-doubles, as well as Josh Minott had a double-double as well, 11 points, 14 rebounds, 2 assists, 3 steals, and a block. He was everywhere tonight. We're going to analyze more on Josh Minott in a moment. Luke Garza also finished with 10 points off the bench as well, 10 points, 5 rebounds, 2 assists, a steal, and a block. Anthony Simons, 14 points and 2 assists. And Sam Hauser, he was hot from 3, 7 of 13 from the field with 21 points, 3 rebounds, and an assist. I tell you, those 8 guys were the only scorers in the game for the Celtics, and they all scored in double digits. What a great game by the whole team tonight. But I tell you, let's start with Mr. Amari Scott. Josh Minott, man, these last couple games, he has been all over the floor. Was this a smart addition by Brad Stevens for this team?
So, I guess this is what I'll say from the jump. Actually, what the story I thought of this game is what I told you before on the last WTHHS. The story of this game was going to be moving the ball. The story of this game was going to be attacking the paint. A lot of the reason why I thought they had problems was, again, chucking up threes. I mean, another story of this game, which I actually thought was the glaring difference, for those who don't know, was the difference in the bench tonight. Celtics put up 45 bench points, and the Cavaliers put up 18 bench points. That was ultimately the difference in the game. And we had more points in the paint. And I think obviously with them having more turnovers as well, this is the Cavs team that has struggled over the last
Mhm.
couple of years. This is the Cavs team that has not been able to put it together. And the Celtics really took advantage of tonight. And Evan Mobley's a great player. I'm not disputing that at all. 19 and 11, like you had
Mhm.
said, 2 blocks, 4 assists, and a steal. Typical Evan Mobley stuff. When Donovan Mitchell has a shooting night like tonight in the 32 minutes he played, you got to take advantage. And that's exactly what they did. And they hunted him. They hunted him tonight. He was tired because he was trying to score points tonight, and they
Mhm.
hunted him on defense.
Mm-hmm.
And I thought tonight that, Josh Minot obviously was a story off the bench. Well, actually, he was a starter tonight. I
He
lied to
started
you. I'm
Yeah.
tonight.
sorry.
Yeah, yeah.
He
Mhm.
started, but 11 and 14, not an overbearingly crazy game. But if you look at, like you said, the box score, you got love from everybody tonight. There is
Yeah.
Mhm.
about 8 guys in double figures tonight. You got 2 guys in double figures for rebounds, and there's a bunch of guys with assists here. At least 9 guys on the roster here with assists tonight.
Mhm.
So it looks like they're playing more together with more continuity. They took advantage of a slow team tonight, and yeah, Josh Minot ultimately, was the story of this game. I mean, did we think he was going to put up 11 and 14? Probably not, but he
Mhm.
made use of his minutes. He got 33 minutes tonight, and he put up a double-double.
Yeah.
And those are the type of guys we're going to need to step up throughout the entire season, especially him now with this performance he's put on. Now, due to the heightened gravity of media in our Boston/New England area space here,
Mm.
he's definitely going to have some pressure on his back to continue to do these types of things game in, game out, so that this team can definitely make a top 8 seed, which we all know it's honestly up for grabs at this point. The Wizards don't look too bad.
Right.
The Bulls don't look too bad.
Mm-hmm.
The Magic are the Magic. They look pretty good. The Pistons
Mm-hmm.
look great. I think right now some of these teams that are supposedly supposed to be worse than others are definitely playing to their advantage right now against teams that are a little lackadaisical. So
Yeah.
Right.
you're looking at this and you're looking at the situation, and as a Celtics fan tonight, all 3 of us, we should look at this game and we should say all the panic and the worry. I'm not going to say it's all over with, but against a team like this, we took advantage tonight, and
Mhm.
ultimately, Joe Mazzulla had to switch up his game plan. I'm sure Brad Stevens probably said something to him because this team obviously is not equipped to just be chucking up fucking threes all day, every day.
Right.
Yeah.
So we got to move the ball, attack the basket. Dribble drive penetration was great. Jaylen Brown had 30 points tonight. You
Mhm.
know, typical as what you expect from him. He was the
Mm-hmm.
only guy above 20 points.
Mm-hmm.
So, I think that this is a good building block for the rest of the schedule this upcoming week and going into next week.
Absolutely. I agree with you 100%. Um, like you said, also, it was a collective output from everybody. Everybody did a little bit of everything. Even the guys who didn't score and ended up in the
Hmm.
game did a
Yeah.
little bit of something. The guys like especially Baylor Shireman as well, who
Hmm.
got some run today. Who else? I believe Hugo
Simons
Gonzalez.
was great on defense today, bro.
He
I
was.
think
Yeah.
that's one thing that can't be overlooked. Is Simons was awesome on defense today, bro.
Yeah.
He sure
He really
was.
was.
He sure was. And he's improving every game.
Yep.
Obviously
Yeah.
with Anthony Simons, his when you think about Anthony Simons, he's more of an offensive player. He's
Mm-hmm.
always been an offensive player.
Hmm.
He struggled on defense at times, especially in Portland. He tried to play some defense, but ultimately, it wasn't that great,
Yeah,
So
they were like, go out there and score 30, niggas, so we could trade you.
Yeah.
exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly. And sure enough, he would score 30 and now his ass is on the Celtics. You feel me?
Yep.
So,
Yeah.
Thank you, Portland. Thank you. Appreciate
Thank
you.
you,
exactly,
Portland.
exactly. So now he's in a situation right now where he can still score. He's still given the green light to score, but you
Mm-hmm.
got to add something in order to stop the guy that your matchup or the guys that you are guarding throughout the game from
Yep.
doing a little bit of something. So at
Yeah.
least today he provided that, and quite frankly, last couple of games especially, he was able to provide that. Now, naturally, I know last game they played the Pelicans. The Pelicans are still a young team. They didn't have Zion in that
Yep.
game, but he was still able, to provide on offense, but he was able to make a couple stops on defense as well. The last game, he did so today again. I will say for Connor,
Yeah.
Jaylen Brown's game tonight. If you look at the last 3 games, he went from scoring 41 against the not Pelicans, the Pistons,
Yep.
to scoring 15 last game against the Pelicans, to now scoring 30 points
Mm-hmm.
in a collective effort as well. Him having help, him dishing out assists, grabbing boards and whatnot.
Yeah.
In order for the Celtics to continue to win these games, also as the season goes on, Does Jaylen Brown have to be a 30-point scorer every night?
I mean, 30 is kind of what. I mean, if we talk about like, oh yeah, his value like contract wise, I mean, yeah, you could argue that right now, especially with Tatum gone, we need that.
Right.
But kind of what Brad Stevens has done, especially with the forwards, and especially, I'll point one thing before I continue with that. We had a 10 rebound advantage tonight. Like, that was very, very good for us, especially with years past. We've had problems with getting, rebound advantages. With Keita doing his thing, that was great. Minot having those rebounds, that was great. But also, like, again, like Minot and Garza, having those guys is really good. And especially with, I mean, obviously they're not going to score as many points as Tatum.
Right.
But having those rebounds in place of him, I think that's great, especially, with our lack of rebounds of forward depth in previous years. But back to Brown, I feel like we'll probably definitely need a 25 a game or 30 point a game from him for now, until maybe there's a point at the trade deadline, maybe we make a move like Simons for someone else that could, bring us as many points while Tatum is gone. But at this point, I feel like, yeah, Brown does need to put up like 25, 30 a game. But however, Hauser, back to his 3-point sniping days today, that's definitely helping us. And White can shoot up threes too. So, I mean, I feel like our team as constructed could definitely still take us to a playoff spot, like in either like the top 8, top 6. Like 6, 8 areas, kind of what I'm thinking, especially with Tatum gone. But if Brown could still drop 25, 30 points and still have performances in the 20s with like White and Hauser and Pritchard having a double-double with 10 and 10, I mean, I feel like it would be good for us having Brown dropping 30 a game, especially, if he keeps throwing the rock to everyone else, giving assists, kind of like Tatum has done in last year or two, like, being everywhere. I feel like that would be consistent with, especially having him under contract for $300 million.
Exactly. Right.
But
yeah, I'm sorry, I can't accept anything less than 27 points from this dude here on out.
Exactly.
I can't do it. You're getting paid too much, bro. You want to be the man, you're the finals MVP, you better figure it out, dude. You better figure it out.
Exactly.
Yeah, and
no cap.
I'm in the same boat as that. 25, 27, 30 points is something we expect from him right now.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Absolutely. And really, you need it. You're the leader. Jaylen Brown now, he's the man. He doesn't have his counterpart Jason Tatum for a little while. He's always, he's been one of those guys to, obviously he's accepted his role, being, in quote unquote the sidekick to Jason Tatum. But especially there was times early in his career, you could kind of tell that he would, kind of, make a face or, kind of answer smartly, when the media would talk about Jason Tatum, how he plays the part. Okay, nigga, well, now you're the man. You're the man now. That's what you wanted, right? You wanted to be the man of a team, right? Now you're the man, right? So at least for the last couple of games, okay, great, you got wins. You lost you lost your 41-point effort to the Pistons in a game that if team wise they grab more rebounds, they probably could have won. And they really should have won. So now from here on out, if I'm Jaylen Brown, you don't necessarily have to take every single shot. You don't. You can still dish the ball around, but you still have to have that aggression that you had tonight. And try to make positive plays out of every time you get the ball. Because I tell you, man, if Jaylen Brown isn't the one being the man, isn't the one taking charge of the team, we're fucked. They're fucked, I should say, regardless. And it's a long season. 2 and 3 is not bad. Easily could be 3 and 2. Quite frankly, easily could be 4 and 1.
Right.
But it's again kind of similar to how it is with the Patriots. You take it every game at a time, but you also learn in every game, whether it's win or loss. You learn now in the losses that you have that rebounding is an issue. What have you
Mhm.
done the last couple games? You grab more boards. You have
Yeah,
Josh Green out
absolutely.
there grabbing boards. You have Neemias Queta more focused on grabbing rebounds and scoring.
Out rebounded the Twin Towers tonight.
Exactly. You know what I'm saying?
That's a big thing.
It is.
Yeah.
It is. And again, a team like the Cavs, they're no slouch. We just got fortunate that
Donovan Mitchell had a
Donovan
bad
Mitchell,
night.
excuse me. Thank you, Amari. Donovan Mitchell had a bad night.
Yeah.
He scored 15 points all basically in the first half, mostly the first quarter.
And that's my guy too, bro. I be telling people, bro, I love Donovan Mitchell. I used to die on the hill that he was better than Devin Booker. I can't do that. After last season, I couldn't do it no more.
Right.
I used to die on that fucking hill, and I can't even defend it anymore. It's just,
Yeah.
you know, especially when you see a night like this where you get 33 minutes and that's what you put up. I mean, it's just it gets scary, bro. And then for the
Right.
Celtics too, bro. For me, I think this is such a good momentum swing for us to going into this upcoming schedule.
Absolutely.
There's these next 7 games, we should win 4 of them.
Right.
Yeah.
In my personal opinion, looking at the schedule, we should win 4 of them. There might
Right.
be a couple traps in there as the reason why I think we might lose 3 out of the next 7.
Yeah.
But we should win these next 4 games. Well, not the next 4 obviously in a row, but 4 out of the 7 we should win. And I
Yeah.
think with the record that we have, okay, I'm okay with sitting there the next 7 games and really reassessing maybe where we're going to go at the trade deadline. I love Peyton Pritchard, dude. I really do. I really do, guys. I do.
Mhm.
But his value isn't at an all-time high this season right now. And like, and if you can offload Peyton Pritchard to a team that needs a guard off the bench to facilitate and shoot,
Right.
I don't see why you don't pull the trigger if the right opportunity presents itself. You don't just trade the 6th man of the year for a bag of chips.
Right.
If the right opportunity presents itself, I don't see why you don't take it, especially if Jason Tatum's estimated time of arrival is like April, bro, which is fucking like wild to think about.
Right.
I don't even know how the fuck he's jumping off of 2 legs, dunking right now, right under the basket. Like that shit is crazy to me.
Absolutely. And that's less than a year. Less than a year
y-
than he got hurt.
Yep.
It's been 6 months at this point.
Yeah.
Exactly.
And like April it'll be what is it, 10
months?
right?
11 months, I think. Because
11?
It was May that
Around
he got
12.
hurt, right? May, right before the finals.
Okay, yeah. So yep. So 11. Yeah.
He got hurt in the next game. Yeah.
Yeah. So
The last, well, not the last Knicks game. The last one he played was Game 4, right?
It was in New York.
Yes.
So I think it was Game 4, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah.
That's right.
Because we were a higher
they
seed than
6.
them.
Yeah,
So
they won it in 6. Yep. Yeah, that's what it was.
Yep.
They had that inspiring win when they came back home without Jason Tatum.
Yeah.
And, you know, when they went back to New York, it didn't fare well.
One last stat thing I want to point out, though. The Celtics had 11 steals, bro.
Mhm.
That's amazing. Especially having defense like that gives you 11 steals. Just perfect.
Especially because we don't have a guy like Porzingis down there no more.
That too.
Cade great. Cade is great, but he's no Porzingis in terms of like pure. Like he's probably more athletic than Porzingis, but in terms of just height, wingspan, and actual rim protecting presence, like he's not really what Porzingis is when fully healthy. When Porzingis is fully healthy, he also had a great game the other night. Little side note, but you know.
No, and actually, real quick. Well, I'm gonna move to the schedule for the next few games, but
talk to me.
Real quick after we do the schedule. Let's talk about how Kristaps Porzingis and Drew Holiday have fared. We'll save that after I go through the schedule and talk to you guys about.
Absolutely, I'd love to.
Because I'm glad you brought up KCP up. I'm telling you, I know I said KCP, KP. KCP, fuck that nigga KCP.
KCP is nice. That's my guy. Come on,
no, he's on my fantasy team. I fuck with him.
That's my guy.
We talk about the Celtics. I'm already.
I wish we had him on our team, bro.
I wish we did. No bullshit. Now thinking about it, he would be a great addition to the
3-and-D floor stretch scorer. Yep.
Exactly. Let me. I'll share this with the audience right now as well. So naturally, that's the stats. What I'm gonna share right now for everybody who's tuning in, I'm gonna share the schedule. So like you've seen already, you've seen some of the games already played. We got this next one right here where you see my cursor. We're going the Celtics, I should say. I say we feel like we're part of the team. You know that. The Celtics will be traveling to Philadelphia for the first NBA Cup game. That will be on Friday.
Yes, indeed.
After that, they have a back-to-back. So they play Friday, but then they come back home on Saturday to take on Katy and the Houston Rockets. They then do take on the Utah Jazz Monday night, then Washington Wednesday night, and then they go to Orlando Friday for the next NBA Cup game.
Yeah.
So I'll start with Amar because I know you spoke about the schedule already. Let's start with Friday. What do obviously the Celtics lost by 1 in the season opener to these Philadelphia 76ers.
Mm-hmm.
In this game right here, how are they going to be able to beat these 76ers in this rematch? Early season rematch, I should say.
Start Anthony Simons. It's that simple. Do not let Tyrese Maxey and VJ Edgecombe get out early.
Yeah.
Because this might sound wild, but like, yo, Embiid is an afterthought right now. Real shit, if I'm Nick Nurse and I'm the GM, Daryl Morey, I'm sitting there looking at this situation. Bro, he's gonna get traded. I'm not gonna lie to you.
Yeah.
They're gonna build around Maxey and Edgecombe. The way Edgecombe is playing right now and the way Maxey has been playing the last 3 seasons, I just don't see how you keep having this blind faith that Joel Embiid is going to take you to the promised land when he can't even take himself to a fucking dietitian.
Yeah.
Right.
So, like, at this point, like, I think that they're going to build around these two guys, and they have a backcourt that right now in the NBA, if you have a great backcourt, or at least if you have a guy like a Tatum or a Jokic with another second guy to pair like a Brown or a Jamal Murray, bro, the world is endless when you build around them. It's endless. And so I think this game, you start Simons, you don't let VJ Edgecombe abuse Pritchard early because that's what's going to happen. White's going to go on Maxey. And at least if you put Simons out there, he's bigger and he's I wouldn't say he's quicker, but obviously he's got wingspan and he obviously he's a little bit more athletic than Pritchard is.
Right.
So I think that you start Simons this game, you come out right on the gate. Simons and White got to set the tone early on defense. And then, Kelly Oubre against Josh Minott. I mean, the way Josh Minott played tonight, shoot, bro, I don't know. That's a matchup I might think Josh Minott might have to win.
Right.
Considering how Kelly Oubre played last time against us.
Right.
So, I'm looking at this situation like this is a game where, okay, you already played them. Your game plan of stopping Embiid worked, which is fine. That's cool. Like I told you last time on the last episode, if your game plan is to stop this dude and that's what it is, okay, that's fine. And if other people beat you, I'm cool with that. But now that you've already played them, now you need to know Embiid, after the way they played against Mobley and Jared Allen tonight, Embiid might be the last resort. You just let those guys do their job, because if they did their job against Evan Mobley, who was relatively more healthy than Embiid was last year, and I think I'm not going to sit here and say he's Joel Embiid, but he is one of the premier big men in the NBA.
Yeah.
And coming off of this game, you have to take that and attack that. If you're Keita and you're Garza and you're Shearman and a couple of these guys who might get switched onto him, you need to come and attack this game from the defensive side, because offensively, it's okay. Attack Edgecombe. He's a rookie. Get White in situations to get on him. Get Simons in situations where you put Edgecombe on an island against 2 experienced NBA scorers who know how to create their shot in the NBA. I think that is going to be a valuable tactic in this game, and I think that that's how the Celtics should focus on coming out in this game. Is Edgecombe and Maxey have to be limited as much as possible. And you know what? God forbid, dude, if the centers don't do their job, it's like, whatever, dude. It's Joel Embiid. Like, all right, it's Joel Embiid. Like, okay, I could live with that more than Tyrese Maxey and VJ Edgecombe just beating our whole team and nobody else doing fuck all. Like, that would have obviously pissed me off more that the same thing would happen again. So we don't want to see the same thing happen again. And I'm hoping that they come out and set the tone. And I'm hoping that Simons gets more minutes than Pritchard in this game, because we saw in that first game, Pritchard can't be left alone with Maxey and Edgecombe on an island. It just can't happen.
Yeah,
Absolutely. It's a scary sight. I mean, like Amari said, you got with Maxey and Edgecombe, especially Edgecombe early on in his NBA career, which he's showed a lot of surprise, because not a lot of people probably expected him to have the impact he's having so far. You knew he was going to be good. You just didn't know that, oh man, this kid so far out the gate, he's he's looking like one of the real deals. And I will say that backcourt right now, obviously the 76ers started out 4-0. That backcourt early on is looking like arguably the best backcourt in the NBA. If you try to stop one of them, another one will go off.
Yeah.
But you also have to remember, like Amari said too, there's a big presence in the paint with Joel Embiid. Is he the same player as he was before?
No.
Probably not. And exactly. Thank you, Carl. Probably not because of his injury history. But if he were to have some form of impact as the season goes on, if he can get back to, at least 75% of the player he is, that team, how it looks already, adding Kelly Oubre too, adding Paul George when he comes back, Quentin Grimes off the bench, that team is a scary team. You already saw that you could compete with that team. You lost by 1 point, and quite frankly, you blew it at the end. But you should that should have been a game they should have never lost. And that's what Joel Embiid off night, right? You look at this team, you look at how it is now. Embiid has stepped up a little bit. I know last game he had 25 points, but again, he's not playing as many minutes because he's still coming back. If Neemias Queta can at least continuously put a body on him, affect his shot, they have a chance. They have a chance right there. But if you let Tyrese Maxey and VJ Edgecombe, like Amari said, just do whatever they want, and Peyton Pritchard is left on an island, well, we're fucked. We're fucked. And it's in Philadelphia too. Yeah, it's tough. It'll be tough. Yeah. You're going to have to make adjustments right there. Anthony Simons should get some more. Oh, my fault. Y'all can hear me now? Okay, word. My bad, chat. I guess my Wi-Fi acted up a little bit. But yeah, if you again like oh, here you go. My fault, chat. My fault. Amari's back. Let me remove this.
Yeah, I don't know what just happened there. It
might have been my Wi-Fi. I don't know, chat. My fault, chat. But at least Amari's back. That's good. At least we got Conron still here too. Apologies, chat. My Wi-Fi was acting up. I think Amari it was happening, but it is what it is. That's what happens with the Wi-Fi and shit. So you know what I'm saying. But regardless, yeah, like this is gonna be another tough game. Simons needs to see some burn, and you just hope Peyton Pritchard does, hold his own on defense, because they're gonna eat him up. No bullshit, no diddy. They're gonna eat his that chat.
Yep,
I ain't go
absolutely.
Hard. But yeah, even so, like you got right after the 76ers game, you got KD coming. You know what I'm saying? So you got to be able to, and mind you, that's 2 nights tough matchups, 2 nights in a row. Get a win and somehow find a way to have a dogfight and win that game in Philadelphia. It's going to be a lot tougher Saturday because Sengun, Amen Thompson, KD, Tari Eason, Steven Adams. That lineup right there. Oh, man. Brutal. Yeah, the Celtics do are on a little bit of a tough stretch the next couple games. I'll tell you that. That's a fact. I will say for Connor also, these next couple of games, right? Add in the Rockets game.
Yeah.
How well do the Celtics have to do the Celtics have to stay on their game plan and shoot threes, or should they attack the basket more and try to get these guys in foul trouble?
So actually, quick mention, I'm actually going to be both at the Houston game and the Utah game.
Yes, sir.
Those games are going to be crazy. But for the Philly game, I feel like we do need to attack the paint a bit, especially with the Sixers forward kind of depth, kind of little
Yeah, right.
Same thing with Houston too, actually, because not the depth reason, but for the reason of trying to get their big guys in foul trouble, especially for the Houston game, we need to have a crazy big lineup because Houston's size is crazy. You have a bunch of 6'10", 6'11", motherfuckers in there. So
right.
it's just like, will we have a big lineup? Yeah, I mean, we should probably have like a lineup of like Simons, Brown, probably like Minot, Keita, like something like that there, because like if we don't, we might be a little screwed from
Yeah,
the gate. But
exactly.
again, I mean, especially the Houston game, I think we need to drive more. Philly, we just need to have good defense against Maxey and Edgecombe for sure.
Absolutely.
When it comes to Utah, there's pretty sneaky. They've even though they just lost tonight, now they're 2-2, but they've won some good games against some good teams already towards the beginning of the year. So even that, like, I feel like trying to attack their forwards and centers isn't a bad idea. Washington, I mean, they're not that great. I'm not too worried about it.
Right.
But however, though, Washington has been doing good to start the year too.
They have. Yeah.
So it's kind
Keyshawn
of
George
like,
has been going crazy. That's a fact.
yeah.
Yep.
So it's just like, I feel like this 7-game stretch is going to be tough because like we got some matchups that we're going to have to worry about size. We're going to have to worry about, having good defense in the backcourt. Yeah, I feel like the Celtics really have to, especially this momentum game that we just had against Cleveland. I feel like we can get there, but again, just we're going to have a lot of problems if we revert to kind of the first 3 games of the game plan that we've had.
Absolutely.
So,
And now kind of looking at it also,
yeah,
it's kind of crazy looking at this schedule going into November. So naturally, the first game in November is against the Rockets.
Yep.
You do have, like Connor mentioned, you have Utah and you have Washington as well. But then you get Orlando 3 times in the month. You get Philly again. You get Brooklyn back to back. But Brooklyn, if Ant was here, we know we ain't worried about Brooklyn. But regardless,
Brooklyn ain't shit.
Yeah, you got two Atlantic Division matchups right there in Brooklyn, as well as the Philadelphia matchup. So that's 3 times you've played Philly, and then at the end of the month you play Cleveland again, and on top of that you play Detroit again. So you're playing obviously with Philly, you've already lost to them. Detroit, you've already lost to them. You're playing teams now who have an idea of what they know what you're gonna do. And especially with Philly 3 times so far in 3 weeks is crazy. No, actually, excuse me, 3 times in 4 weeks is nuts. You know what I'm saying? That right there, it's a gauntlet to start out the year. And without Jason Tatum, it's a bit of a disadvantage. Again, like we've talked about already, even on the last pod. You take away Jason Tatum, you take away 30 points a game, 8 9 rebounds, and 4 or 5, maybe even 6 assists. Like you take those stats away. Now you need these other guys to step up while they can to provide what they can provide. If you can do what you've done these last couple games consistently, especially grabbing boards, playing defense, getting steals, things, are looking promising. But if you're going to get manhandled during these games, oh man, it's going to be a long season. It's going to be a long month. So they got to step up this next month for the C's. Yeah, it's going to be a gauntlet, man. It's going to be a gauntlet.
And a couple of games you didn't mention, we got to play the Clippers, Memphis, also Minnesota. Like, those are some other games.
I feel like we always whoop Memphis, but I feel like the reason why I said 4 out of 3 is because we got to split one of these Philly games, and Washington, Orlando, and Utah. You could split with Orlando. Like, those are very winnable games.
No, definitely.
So like I think if you come out of that 4-3, you go into it's fine if you lose to the Clippers. I really couldn't care less. But then we got to beat Brooklyn twice. There's no way we can split that. No way we can split that. And then Orlando again, it's like, okay, I can understand if Orlando goes 3-0 against us. Like, I can kind of get that. Not really going to be upset about that because they got some depth. And then Detroit, they're still finding their way. I'm assuming they'll probably find their way by this point, though. And then Minnesota, I mean, Anthony Edwards will be back far beyond that. He'll be back in like 2 weeks. So, Minnesota is not a game I'm expecting us to win. But then again, we beat the Cavaliers tonight. So then again, we didn't really think it. Well, at least I didn't think. I'll speak for myself in that situation. I didn't think that tonight was going to be the way a 20-point blowout. So
Yeah.
You know, I'm looking at it now that if we can really play like this and move the ball, and the sky's the limit.
Yeah, for sure.
Sky's the fucking
Absolutely.
limit, Chet.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, again, chat, like we've mentioned already, this is a new team. You know, this is a new
Yeah.
outlook on this team. It's a new atmosphere. The most important guy to this franchise is not here. Somebody has to step up. Jaylen Brown, you know, especially tonight, stepped up. He has to continue to step up. Obviously, the Derek Whites, Anthony Simons, Peyton Pritchard, Neiman Queta, Josh Minott, they all have to do their part. Everybody on this team, when they get on the court, has to do their part. This is not, you know, this is not these last couple of years where you look at the Celtics and it's, oh man, yeah, it's going to be tough playing the Celtics tonight. You know, we're probably not going to come out and win this game. How these other teams have looked. Now it's, oh, we got a shot against these guys. We really do. If we play our game, we got a shot. Let's not make these guys think that they got a shot every single night. You play the way you play. If you have that Celtics pride in them, that's all you can do. That's all that there is to it. And hopefully these last couple games continues to translate. Hopefully they don't shy away. I will say before we get out of here, and I know Amari agrees with it, go to the basket and stop settling for threes. If you can knock down a three, if you're wide open, fine, take the shot. But if you see that there's a better shot in front of you in the mid-range, take smarter shots, because going fucking 10 for 40 every damn night shooting threes is not going to win you any fucking games.
Definitely.
And that's real shit. We got lucky the last couple years because you've had, 5 all-stars basically as a starting 5. That's not the case no more. It's not the case no more. That 3 ball is not going to always save you.
Yep.
Go to the basket, get points the hard way, get teams in foul trouble, make a living at the free throw line. That's what's going to help this team. Consistent.
Yeah, for sure.
But other than that, that's about it for us, chat. Yeah, let's see what happens. Friday against the 76ers. We'll recap that as well. I don't know if it will be Friday. Friday is Halloween. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So
Right.
might have to go out real quick, guys. Might have
Well,
to
hey, I'll tell you something, bro.
Yeah.
We got some shit for you though. So tap in with your boy. I got some shit for you. Couple artists. We're gonna go do an event. We're doing media. You wanna come out? There's a Malachi, Isha, Icy Akai, big event at club level. NERO, you gotta come out and pull up with the boys, the whole squad. We're gonna take the content squad to the Halloween party Friday. My ass is probably not wearing a costume. I'm gonna just look nice.
Yeah, type shit.
To be real, I think not this year, bro. I got so much shit to do this weekend, but I did want to touch on this real quick before we get out of here, just for my Bay State people, real quick.
Yes,
Right
sir.
now, the MVP discussion is wild. This is a wild mix of guys throughout the first 5 games. Let me just read you the first 10 names here:
Mm-hmm.
Tyrese Maxey, Giannis Antetokounmpo.
Yo.
What the fuck? This name is crazy. Austin Reeves. Holy shit.
I know, right?
Yeah.
SGA, Laurie
Mhm.
Markkinen, Jalen
Mhm.
Brunson, Donovan Mitchell, Victor Wembanyama, Jamal Murray, and Zach LaVine sitting pretty at 10th. Now, those are just the scoring leaders, but obviously right now, Giannis is literally averaging a fucking triple-double.
Yeah.
So I think that's going unnoticed. Definitely keep an eye out for Giannis. He's averaging literally 36-14 with almost 10 assists.
Mm-hmm.
And then, Austin Reeves, he's out here also averaging almost goddamn a triple double too. 35. He's averaging 35, 6, and 8.
Jesus Christ.
Yeah, so no Luka, no LeBron. So Reeves is really showing he could ball. So I just wanted to show that real quick.
No, for sure.
And Laurie Markkinen, balling out, man. 30,
Yeah.
34 points a game so far. He's getting 40 minutes a night. Fully healthy Laurie Markkinen is a player I really fucking wanted so badly on the Celtics, bro. When he was a free bro, I was like, please don't re-sign this dude. And then of course they locked him up for I think it's like a multi-year contract for I think it's like 5-6 years or something. So
Yeah.
that's sad that we lost out on the Laurie Markkinen sweepstakes. But yeah, just a couple of names real quick across the NBA.
Indeed,
Hell yeah.
indeed. Oh, and actually, before I because I forgot, I was gonna mention this also. Real quick before we get out of here, because
Holiday and KP.
Holiday and KP.
Yeah,
Holiday
right.
and
Yeah.
That's right. That's right.
Let me so real quick. I'm gonna search up both the stats for these guys.
Say
Mhm.
less.
And obviously, KP is doing KP things, averaging 20.3 points, 5 rebounds, and almost 4 assists, 3.7 assists per game. But Drew Holiday, as basically, the not the eldersman of the Portland Trailblazers,
Mhm.
arguably the leader. He's the oldest guy on the team.
Yes, sir.
17 points, 5.5 rebounds, almost 6, 7.8 assists, almost 8 assists. So he's averaging basically 18, 6, and 8 to
Mhm.
start out the year.
Mm-hmm.
I tell you, these guys on these new teams, man, don't you wish they were still on this team, man? I tell you, man, the second apron fucked us up. What did you say?
Well, I would say as much as I love KP, I'm actually okay with him not
Yeah.
being here
I
anymore.
feel the same way because injuries.
But
No,
Holiday hurts, bro.
Yeah.
Holiday
Like
does hurt.
that
Holiday.
one hurts. Like that one. I feel like there was a way he could have stayed, just not at the price he was at. And I don't
Right.
think he was willing to restructure either. But I will say Holiday is shooting one of the best effective field goal percentages, which I don't know if you guys follow analytics, but he's shooting one of the best effective field goal percentages of his career and one of the best 2-point percentages of his career so far. So, Drew Holiday doing Drew Holiday like things, efficiency, playing defense, You love to see it, man. You love to see the man thriving.
Absolutely. And it also shows that while he was here, obviously the defensive presence was there. Naturally, he had to cater also to, Jason Tatum, Jaylen Brown, KP, and even Derek White in that starting role. So naturally, we weren't seeing, 18 points a game. We were seeing, 11, 12. But he was still effective on defense, still doing his part. I tell you, man, when Drew Holiday is, considered, the man of his team, even during his days in New Orleans, even, in his role with the Bucks as the point guard, this man can score. He's always been a scorer, man.
Yeah.
And now he has the opportunity to be a scorer again, a true scorer. I tell you, man, this guy, I miss him, but I'm glad he's on a team like Portland with a bunch of young guys, because even so, he's elevated himself. But you got Denny Avdia averaging over 20 a game. Shaden Sharp's averaging almost 17.
Yeah. That's my second squad, bro.
Like,
We got a little bit of a squad, bro. That's my second squad. Always has been
absolutely.
since
And
I
even
was a
Jeremy
kid.
Grant. Jeremy Grant's, coming off the bench, averaging 8, almost 18. Like,
Yep.
that team right there, especially the bullshit that they're dealing with right now and not having their coach,
Nah,
in
fuck
his
that guy.
case,
Anyways, he shouldn't have been our dude. He's a trash coach. Anyways, though, I'm actually very glad he got caught for that shit. Thank God. You can stop selling us so you can make money, dude.
absolutely. Absolutely.
Like,
Tiago Splitter's doing a great job so far.
we almost literally made the play-in last year, bro. There was no dude, I really think he sold a lot of that shit because either he had to have had futures bets or something on whatever, because there's no way you could tell me the way we were playing at the end of last year that we couldn't have made the play-in. We definitely fucking could have. There's no way you could have convinced me that Mavericks team was all the way around without Kyrie and AD better than us.
Right.
No way you could tell me that.
Right.
Agreed.
Exactly. And I tell you, and it's also, looking at their record last year, they played very well. They really did. They really did, and I don't know how much of that's on Chauncey. I get he's the lead man, but quite frankly, I know Tiago Splitter I believe he was on that, coaching staff last year. I'm glad it's translated to him being a head coach, because, he falls from the, the Popovich, tree. Also, he had the way this team is playing right now is very similar to how the Spurs always played. Moving the ball, getting everybody involved. That, I tell you, this Trailblazer team so far, it surprised a lot of people, and it's going to continue to surprise people too. This team could do something this year in terms of making the playoffs. The way how they play and having the leaders that they have on the team, especially Drew Holiday, they're gonna shock a lot of people, and they could very well shock the Celtics when we play them. Tell you that.
And I mean, Denny was putting on towards the end of last year too. So
he was.
It's just like translating into this year. It's just awesome for him.
Absolutely, I agree. Remember, Denny Advia at one point he was looked at as the next Luka Doncic. It hasn't worked out. It didn't work out that way in Washington, obviously, because Washington
Yeah.
back then wasn't, the best of place to be.
Right.
But in the role he's playing right now, especially the last couple of years in Portland, oh man, nah, he's turned into a stud. And now the USA and world are, that's going to be the All-Star teams this year. I wouldn't be surprised if Denny Avdia ends up on that world team. Tell you that.
Yeah.
Tell you
Yeah,
that.
I mean he's awesome. I like Avdia's game.
Mhm.
He's a great player. He's a great piece for us to continue to keep building around. So,
Mhm.
I really hope that we build around Avdia and build around Shaden Sharp because those are our two guys. And
Yeah.
Absolutely.
you like to see Drew Holiday obviously pitching in and some of the other veterans, but Tiago Splitter, like you said, having an excellent season. The craziest part is didn't even know Bro was around until he got on this team.
Right.
Yeah.
No bullshit. I really didn't.
Right.
So I'm glad to see that he's still thriving too. And another guy I think too that's important for development too is I don't know what they're gonna do, but Scoot Henderson, man, I don't
Yeah.
know.
Indeed.
Yeah.
Indeed.
I don't know, dude. It's not looking so good, dude.
Exactly. Yeah. He's been, it's kind of weird the situation that he's in, because how his career, it's like he hasn't gotten there yet. It's year 3. Obviously, he showed out on the G League at 19, but you should as a prospect like that.
Yeah.
But just, following in Dame's footsteps, there's been health concerns, bad shooting struggles and whatnot. And now again with his hamstring, he's not out there. Like
Mhm.
he's in a tough spot. He can still make a good NBA career for himself. He can. He, scoring wise, he's able to score the ball. He just has to, either it's a confidence thing, I don't know, but soon enough he's got to start putting it all together. He does. Whether it's in Portland, maybe it could be somewhere else. I mean, hey, Steph Curry has taken this guy under his wing. You know what I'm saying? So he has to do something at some point. He has to start getting going. You feel me?
Yeah.
So
Yeah, and I think they've killed his confidence.
I
I
think so
think
too.
I
Yeah.
think he's just all the athleticism is there, but just dude, just no basketball IQ for the NBA.
Yeah.
I
Mm.
just haven't seen it. Like a couple flashes here and there, but it's just I think Billups really held him back, dude. I really don't know what it's gonna take, but we gotta trade him. I don't know if he just needs a better situation. And that's probably what it is, I feel like maybe he might be burnt out. Portland's also not one of the probably one of the smallest markets in all of sports anyways.
Right.
So,
Yeah.
Right.
despite having the Portland Timbers as well, like, you know what I mean? Like it's just a sad situation for Scoot Henderson for
It
sure.
is. It is. It is. I tell you, yeah. No, there's still hope for the kid. He does. There's still parts of his game that people do like, and even I I still mess with. Hopefully, in the short term, but also in the long term, stuff does get figured out with him because the talent is there. He
Yeah.
just has to. He just has to put it all together. He just has to, find that confidence that he had, before he got to the NBA and just bring it to the NBA. That's it. You
Hmm.
know, you know what I mean. But
Yep.
other than that, chat, that's about it for us. That's about
Yeah.
it for
Yeah.
us. And on a good,
Absolutely. Yeah. Yeah.
yeah, man, yeah,
Good
and
little
also,
short one.
oh, for
Yep.
sure, for sure. I will say, chat, continue to follow the NBA, continue to follow the NFL. Even the MLB World Series is still going on. We will speak about that
And
very
we will
soon.
have a schedule for you guys for these types of
Yeah.
lives to the post game. I am coming up with a schedule. I'll have that posted. You guys will see it on both the WTHHS page because he will be on the collaborating with us for that on each post. So I will start doing that already this upcoming week. We do have if I'm not mistaken a Bruins game tomorrow. So
Hmm.
obviously Nero's not too much of a hockey guy, so he might not be there with us, but we definitely got that in store and there's football tomorrow. So
Indeed.
there
Yeah.
will be a little bit of a combined Bruins and football game live tomorrow. If not combined, then Nero will be here probably for the football game, which we'll be there with him probably hopefully for the football game. If not, we will be there for our own on Bay State Media for the football game. So
Hmm.
definitely be on the
Mm.
lookout for that though on the gram. Definitely follow at WTHHS617 on the gram. Please
Yes.
go follow that. hit that follow button because he does a lot of collabs with us on Instagram. So indirectly, you'll be exposed to us. But go follow that. Again, if you guys didn't catch that, at WTHHS617. Please
Yes,
do.
sir.
Please do.
Yes, sir. Indeed. Appreciate y'all. Appreciate y'all. Hell yeah. No, and also follow the Bay State Media on Instagram as well. I will say also, if you're not, if you're tuning in and not subscribed to the Bay State Media, I don't know what the fuck you're doing. They don't
Yeah.
subscribe to their page. They're currently live right now. So if you search up Bay State Media on YouTube, you'll
Yep.
see my face, you'll see Amari, you'll see Conron. We're doing the same shit. So give them a sub on YouTube. Like the videos too. Show love to this. Like and subscribe to What the Hell's Happening Sports. WTHHS. WTHHS. I had to catch myself on here. So yeah, man, it's a collaborative effort. We're just trying to bring you the best of our knowledge, but also some analysis on what's going on around the NBA, NFL, MLB, you name it. We're
Yep. We're trying to be the next. We're trying to be the next Gills Arena. You know.
Hell yeah.
Yeah.
Hell yeah.
We don't need something big, large, ESPN. You know, we trying to just, hopefully soon enough we get a content house in the next couple of years, chat. That is hopefully going to be in the works. So
hell yeah.
it'll be awesome.
We gotta keep grinding. All we do
Yep.
is grinding, man, for the better. Tell you that, Chad.
Yes,
But yeah, Chad, that's it for us tonight, man. That's it for us. I appreciate everybody for tuning in to What the Hell's Happening Sports. I appreciate everyone also tuning in to Bay State Media as well. Shout out to Amari Scott, the one and only. And shout out to my guy, Conron.
Yes, sir.
Connor. Hell yeah. Appreciate
Yes, sir.
you, as always, But yeah, chat. With that being said, this has been another edition of What the Hell is Happening Sports. It's your boy, the one and only NERO. And we'll be back with it very, very soon. We'll be
Yes,
back.
indeed. Oh yeah. We'll see
Yeah.
you tomorrow. We'll see you tomorrow.
Well, yeah, you already know. So chat, get some good night rest, and stay tuned in. Stay locked in for us, y'all.
Yes, indeed.
sir.
Absolutely.
Yes, sir. Peace.
Peace.
All love in the world, y'all.
Yes, indeed.
You're
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. All right.